Okay, so sum and difference formulas for sine, cosine, and tangent, what they give us is a way to, and you'll see this in a couple of the examples that we do. They give us a way to simplify, they give us a way to evaluate some trig functions that have binomials as their input. So really, and they're called formulas because what do formulas say? Like if this goes here, then this is the calculation that you do with it. Okay? They're giving you a format for expanding this, and then the result is products and a sum of products of trig terms that have singular inputs instead of binomial inputs. Okay? Normally, right? We would spend almost an entire class period doing the proof of this, which is kind of fun, but considering the shortened time frame for what we're doing, I'm just going to say, here they are, okay? And one thing that I will point out, okay, there's a couple of ways to compare and contrast these. Number one, the plus, so if you're watching this video at home, pause it, write these down, and well, hold on, don't pause. Hopefully you didn't pause it when I said pause it. One thing you want to be sure of is how you're writing your signs, because it matters. Like here is a plus over a minus, okay? And over here is a plus over a minus. So these signs correspond to one another, okay? I always forget to do this. Always. And I said to myself, right when this class started, like, don't forget to do this, but I did, okay? Oops. So if there's a plus here, it corresponds to a plus here. When there's a minus sign or a difference inside that sign value, then the difference is used in this space. But that changes for cosine. When you're taking the cosine of a sum, this expansion uses a difference or uses a minus sign. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. The other thing you want to be very careful about, when you expand the sign of a binomial, it's a mix and match of sine and cosine and u and v. Okay, so we're using sine and cosine together as a product with u and v, and then we switch those. We go from sine u to sine v, from cosine v to cosine u. But when we expand the cosine of a binomial, the two cosine terms go together, and the two sine terms go together. Okay, so there's some subtle difference here that if you're really not paying attention, you might miss that. Tangent has a little bit of everything. Okay, which, by the way, every time I say that, I'm not sure what kind of music y'all listen to. Okay. But there's this band called Dawes, D-A-W-E-S, that I like. They have a song called A Little Bit of Everything. Awesome song. Awesome. Kind of sad, but awesome. Okay? Anyway, just leave that for you there. So tangent has a little bit of everything, meaning if we're taking the tangent of a sum, up top we have a sum, and on the bottom it's the difference. Okay, and then vice versa. If this is a difference, but this is a sum. Then we have the separation of the two terms here, and then their product on the bottom. So there's subtlety here, and you've got to be very careful when you're using these formulas. Okay, I'm going to pause this so that this video doesn't go too long. So hopefully you have that down in your notes.